David and Goliath. The Philistines gathered their army for war and camped at a place called Soko in Judah. Saul and the Israelites set up their camp nearby in the valley of Elah and prepared to fight. The Philistines stood on one hill, and the Israelites stood on another hill, with a valley between them. A champion warrior named Goliath came out from the Philistine camp. He was from Gath and was over 9 feet tall. He wore a bronze helmet and a heavy coat of bronze armor. His armor alone weighed about 125 pounds. He carried a bronze javelin and a spear so big that the iron tip alone weighed about 15 pounds. His shield-bearer walked in front of him. Goliath stood and shouted to the Israelites, "Why are you all lined up for battle? Am I not a Philistine? And aren't you Saul's servants? Choose one man to come fight me. If he kills me, we will become your servants. But if I kill him, you'll be our servants." Goliath continued, "I challenge the army of Israel today. Send someone to fight me." When Saul and the Israelites heard this, they were terrified. Now David was the son of Jesse from Bethlehem in Judah. Jesse had 8 sons, and David was the youngest. David's 3 oldest brothers were in Saul's army, but David went back and forth from the battlefield to Bethlehem to help his father with the sheep. For 40 days, Goliath came out every morning and evening, shouting his challenge. One day, Jesse told David, "Take this roasted grain and bread to your brothers at the battlefield. Also, take this cheese to their commander and see how your brothers are doing." Early the next morning, David left the sheep with a caretaker, took the food, and went to the camp. When he arrived, the army was just heading out to the battlefield, shouting their war cry. David left the supplies with the keeper and ran to greet his brothers. While he was talking with them, Goliath stepped forward and gave his usual challenge. David heard it. When the Israelites saw Goliath, they ran away in fear. They said, "Have you seen this man? He comes out to defy Israel. The king will give great wealth to the man who kills him. He will even let him marry the king's daughter and make his family free from taxes." David asked the men nearby, "What will be done for the one who kills this Philistine and removes this disgrace from Israel? Who is this uncircumcised Philistine to defy the armies of the living God?" The men told him the same thing again. When David's oldest brother Eliab heard David talking, he got angry and said, "Why are you here? Who's watching the sheep? I know you're just proud and curious about the battle." David replied, "What did I do wrong? I just asked a question." He then turned to others and asked the same thing. Some of the men went to Saul and told him about David, and Saul sent for him. David said to Saul, "Don't be afraid. I'll go and fight the Philistine." Saul replied, "You can't fight him, you're just a boy, and he's been a warrior since his youth." But David said, "I've been taking care of my father's sheep. When a lion or bear came and took a lamb, I chased it, struck it, and rescued the lamb. I even killed both lions and bears. This Philistine will be like one of them, because he has dared to mock the living God." David continued, "The Lord who saved me from the lion and bear will save me from this Philistine." Saul said, "Go, and may the Lord be with you." Saul gave David his own armor, but when David tried to walk in it, he said, "I can't use this, I'm not used to it," so he took it off. Instead, he took his staff, chose 5 smooth stones from the stream, put them in his pouch, and, with his sling in hand, approached Goliath. Goliath came closer, with his shield-bearer in front of him. When he saw David, he looked down on him. David was just a young boy, healthy and handsome. Goliath said, "Am I a dog that you come at me with a stick?" He cursed David by his gods and shouted, "Come here. I'll give your body to the birds and animals." David replied, "You come at me with a sword and spear, but I come at you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you've mocked. Today, the Lord will hand you over to me. I will strike you down, and the whole world will know there's a God in Israel." Everyone here will see that the Lord doesn't save with swords or spears. The battle belongs to the Lord, and he will give you into our hands." As Goliath moved closer, David ran quickly toward him. He reached into his bag, took a stone, and slung it. It hit Goliath on the forehead, and the giant fell face down to the ground. So David defeated Goliath with a sling and a stone. He didn't even have a sword. He ran over, took Goliath's own sword, and used it to kill him and cut off his head. When the Philistines saw that their hero was dead, they ran away. The Israelites shouted in victory and chased them all the way back to their cities. They returned and took valuables from the Philistine camp. David took Goliath's head to Jerusalem and kept his weapons as a reminder. Saul asked, "Who is this young man?" His commander said. "I'm not sure," Saul said. "Find out." When David returned, holding Goliath's head, Saul asked him, "Whose son are you?" David answered, "I am the son of your servant Jesse from Bethlehem,